Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Grayman Prepping, Tactical Tuesday, where we talk tactics, gear, and more. It's going to be a little bit about tactics and more tonight, because tonight's topic is, are you ready for it? Da-da-da. Being a gray man, what does it mean? And how's everybody doing out there? All right, let me get over here and welcome everybody in. All right, so up to the top of the comments here. All right, first one in was Walt Rogers, then Troop 1351, then Chipper 66, and Phelan Clan Wolf, Mother Earth Garden Club, Shady Hill Homestead, Kaylin Strain, Vanessa Kitty, Diana 2, Daniel Berry Sports Highlight, It's the Marshmallow Man, Aiden Air, and Jay, and get out of the way here, you stupid notifications. Yeah, right. And then I dropped every month I get a drop up to 10 30-day free memberships, and I drop those off, and you can see in the chat there who all got those. And so some of them may be coming in here when they get the email saying you got a free membership. Does that mean hair color change? Only when you dye it. Well, dye the hair, not dye your body. And Suzanne Galley is here as well. All right, so give it a couple more seconds here for anybody else to roll in late. And looking at the numbers, we got a few that are lurking out there. Like it says right down here, lurking is fine, but please check in by saying hi, and then hitting the thumbs up. And Tibor's in the house. All right. So I got a couple emails from subscribers saying, hey, have you talked about being a gray man? Or someone said, didn't you have a live stream on a couple years back? Can you do it again? And so since I had a couple requests for it, that's what I'm doing here. Clarify what is being a gray man, when they asked that, I go, uh-oh, somebody must be putting out information. And sure enough, there's a couple channels out there saying, yeah, you're a gray man, you want dark dress and dark clothes, hoodie on, so no one can see who you are. And no. So contrary to popular belief by some, dressing up like the dude in the middle here is not a gray man, because sometimes that's going to stand out, and that's not what being a gray man's all about. Come on, so there we go. All right, so they say you have to wear gray. No, you don't wear gray. Just look like everyone else where you're at. So, and that's basically all the slides I have for this. Because, a lot of it's just talking and explaining and conversating with everybody here about different things. Exactly. The gray and gray man, being a gray man is not about a color so much as it is about the environment, what everyone else is wearing around you. Example. And Steve's running through. He's at a softball game. He's going from home to first. He's running first. He's heading for second. He said, oh, no, he's going back to first. Oh, you got him in the pick. Oh, he slid into second. He made it. He's at second base. All right. So, example. If you're in Southern California in the summertime down like near Disneyland and stuff, you're not going to be wearing a hooded sweatshirt. You're going to stand out like, why is that? It's hot. Why is that guy wearing that? If you're at the beach there and most of the people are around in shorts and tank tops and T-shirts and stuff like that, you're not going to be there in a three-piece suit. if you're in the business district of San Francisco or New York City, you're not going to be walking around in shorts and a tank top. You're not going to be walking around in cowboy boots and a cowboy hat and Western shirts and stuff. You're going to be dressing like most of the people there dress. And if you want to blend in, but blend in on the lower end of the scale, you're not going to wear a real fancy, expensive suit. You're going to wear something that, like, don't take offense at this, people, like one of the peons in the office is going to be wearing. You know, yeah, he's going to have a coat and slacks. He's not going to have a vest on, but he is going to have a dress tie. He's going to look like one of the minions there, crunching numbers, doing stuff. You know, it's working in the office, abiding by the dress code, and just, you know, you're not looking like, oh wow, he must be the CEO. Look what he's driving. Look what he's wearing. You know that's, you know, Yves Saint Laurent or whatever type suit and everything else. So it's, you know, you're gonna look, you want to blend in. And the thing is too is dark blue, light gray suits blend in. So that's one time you would wear gray. But, you know, light gray suits or medium gray suits, dark blue suits. Black suits tend to stand out a little bit for some reason. And, oh, don't forget, Tibor, you got to have a cell phone up your hand, like you're trying to find all the Pokemon. Yeah. Now, it's the same thing too. It's like if you're in an area where everybody's casually dressed and stuff, you're not going to be the one wearing the brighter colors. Brighter colors, you know, on the shade scale towards the lighter end of the shade, and then you go from your gray, from your browns, your dark browns, your blues, your dark grays and stuff, up to your bright yellows and greens and reds and oranges. Yeah, you know what? You're not going to take big flashy colors, and you're definitely not going to be wearing the high vis fluorescent colors. You know, the high vis fluorescent green or pink or whatever it is. Yeah, because that's, you know, no matter where you're at, people are going to, wow, look at you. Even if other people are dressed the same way, they go, wow, gee, they've got a bunch of these, you know, around here. Dye hair blue, batty clothes. Yeah. Of course, if you're female and you're in the heavy blue states, you're going to want the pull up uppity Karen hairstyle, bleach blonde, of course, or slightly blonde, you know, just off blonde. But, you know, you're going to want you know, do your hair that way. I'm sorry. I mean, every time I see them catching a Karen in the wild on camera doing stuff, it's generally a light blonde to a bleach blonde, and her hair's up, not down, straight. You know, she's. You know. I've seen some beforehand, just like, this one's going to be trouble, and sure enough, that one turns into trouble, whether at the airport checkpoint or getting on the train. You know, they're always the ones that, you know. Do you know who I am? I'm the president of our homeowners association. You need to give me some respect here. Most of the cops I know do not wear polo shirts off duty. Absolutely, they don't, because that's a look of federal agents on duty. Yeah, they most of the cops I know and stuff, you know, they go for short sleeve button up shirts, and yeah, they just, you know, in the summertime and long sleeve in the wintertime, and they try to be the gray man when they're coming out of the station, so they blend in. You know, I have yet to see any cops that I, you know, from any of the departments I've been around working with and stuff, wearing black polo shirts off duty. Don't forget facial piercings. No. Yeah. Yeah. And that's the thing too. You know, there are certain things, even if there are people around doing it, you don't necessarily want to fit in with the extremists doing it. You want to fit in with the other people that are blending in that are doing stuff. Laura Manion's here. Hello, welcome. And so to blend, to being a gray man is to try to hide in plain sight, not draw attention to yourself, and just blend in where you can go about your business. And if something happens, yeah, there's several other people here, but I can't, they just blend in and I can't tell there was nothing about them that made them stand out. Yeah. Okay, Suzanne, what is in short supply? The hair dye or the money? Or both? But yeah, there are certain areas, 50 years ago I would go to. Now I won't go there because those are the tourist areas, and I really don't have anything down there I want to go, be down there for. The only way you're going to get me into Disneyland if I got a free pass and it's during maintenance testing season, and I'm one of the testers riding around. Okay, yeah, it feels great. I just go around like that. I have to deal with a lot of people. There are some really interesting Predator outfits out there, but yeah, the Predator camo, you just go beep, 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 and problem is, you get somebody that's going to walk right into you. Now one of the other things, and that you can blend in by not blending in, and this one's going to be, I want to put it, depends on the situation and how far you're willing to go to the extreme to be left alone. And that is dress up as a homeless person in ratty old clothes, get an old shopping cart without any store decals on it so they can't tell where it's from. And all right, Sumi just came in and Utah Mike came in too. And basically you want to dress up like a homeless person, make sure the clothes look dirty. You can rub some dirt on them or whatever, but they're inside the clothes are clean. So, and you can get these lovely little sprays that they use for hunting that really, oh man, geez, that guy hasn't bathed in 6 weeks. And something like doe urine or something like that. But, and people will avoid you. Some will avoid eye contact. They can't, oh crap, I don't want him to look at me. I don't want him to look at me. I don't want him coming up to me, asking me for money. And people walk, they'll see you, but they immediately turn away from you and ask later on, what did that person look like? He looked like a homeless person. I don't know, dirty clothes, had a cart. What else do you need to know? And that's the way, some of them can't describe the clothing at all. And just, and if you notice, a lot of them will pick up stuff will get clothing at thrift stores. They'll get clothing at the military surplus stores. I don't know why, but a lot of the ones I dealt with in California had older military style jackets on. Granted, they're all dirty and faded, and but like the BDUs and stuff, colors and stuff. Yeah, that will get people ignoring you, except if this is during a end of the world event. The world is ending, the world is ending. Someone's going to go by, hey, idiot, it's ending now. There ain't no time to repent. Run. And yeah, there are still a lot of states that have the courts have made laws which are not supposed to do. The courts have made rulings. Oh, you can't, it's, you're violating their civil rights. You can't do this. You can't do that. We all know the radical left wing judges that do crap like this, and the other judges that don't take the time to. They can't, they can't until someone appeals it to their higher court and say no, and they kick that out. But yeah, some places are trying to clean up the camps and stuff, and then of course you got the ACL, whatever, going in there. Oh no, you're violating your civil rights. You can't do that. So yeah, you'll get them where they move some of the camps out, and they got to let them come back in and stuff. But yeah. But anyways, in big cities and stuff, yeah, a homeless person is going to be, something that most people avoid looking at. No, it's ACIOU or whatever. It's a bunch, not just three. It's like 4 or 5 letters. That law firm that sticks their noses in where they really don't belong. The other thing about here's what's weird. Even up here in Idaho Falls and Pocatello and Chubbuck, and yeah, there's homeless people up here too. American Civil Liberty Union. Yes, that's right. American Civil Liberty Union. Once I saw the things in order, I knew what it was. Thank you, Laura. And yeah, so yeah, you got to watch what's going on in your area. Is it that season that law enforcement is arresting them? Then you don't want to look like them. But yeah, if whatever's going on and you're just wanting, normal daily life, you want to be able to get to work and get home without being spotted or picked on. You think about it. There was one nurse that made comments on a video, was talking about it. She goes, yeah, I have a locker at work. I wear one sort of clothes into work. And the first couple times I did it, the security guard was looking at it when I started going through the thing, and had to show them the badge. After a while, they recognized, okay, we know you, but and no one else was paying attention to her. She said, walking to work, until she got in, came out in her uniform. Then, can you help me, nurse? Can you, And so during her travels to and from home and work, she, was dressed in a way that nobody paid attention to her. Now, there are some ladies out there who have realized, hey, tight clothes. Sorry, ladies, don't take offense on this. Push-up bras and fluffy hair, long hair and stuff, and walking a certain way draws attention no matter what. And there have been a few that have commented that. Yeah, I had to change my parents, cut my hair short, almost like a Dorothy Hamill style was. And they go, yeah, I started wearing baggy clothes, and all the hoo-haws and whistles and everything else went away, and nobody was looking at me. And I was able to do stuff without feeling nervous. I entered service in 80. Some of your gear is vintage gear. Okay, gear is vintage issue. Yeah, G and F are right next to each other. A-bag was issued in 82. If you're walking around in public, why would you be concerned with me walking around? Yeah. Some of the, if things are starting to get hinky and we're on the verge of, peaceful protests, by the certain, we're going to, there's times you you're going to want to, just in normal times, you do that. And there are other times just people just with, in the cities and stuff, they just don't want to be, they want to draw less attention to themselves so that even the muggers, the rip-off artists run by grab purses and stuff or whatever, don't target them, they target someone else. Cool. And so that's one of the things on it is doing that. Now, one of the other things too, slipping away from just dressing it, social media. People do the gray man, gray woman thing, going to work and stuff out and about. Then they get on social media. I mean, Facebook. It's like, they're posting everything they do. They're posting, selfies here, selfies there. Yeah, they're dressed in selfie. They're dressed as, playing game, but they're out here doing something. They're posting everything they're doing. Oh, we're going to Disneyland tomorrow, or we're going to Magic Mountain, or we're going to, this place or that place. Hello. Most of their pictures, you can click on it and find out, oh, GPS link right there. Oh, that's where they live. And they're going to be gone tomorrow. Let's see. Shopping, being the gray man while shopping. I've heard people just preach this as this is the gospel, this is the way to do it. Don't get a big cartload of stuff. And what's interesting is if they are at Sam's Club, Costco, Smart and Final, I'm trying to think of other big stores where people come out with the big carts, or even the big flat carts piled high. Just about everybody's loaded up to the max. And the one that draws everybody's attention is the one that only has a few things in their cart. Why'd you even bother coming in here? That's weird. But the big ones, everyone just sees big ones going out and they just blend right in. Now, when you get home, that's a different story. The coming home with a full car load of groceries and stuff to blend into your neighbor, so you do it. You don't drag everything in at once and make a whole bunch of trips. If you have a garage you can pull into, fine. You pull in there, empty out. But most people have crap in their garage, bicycles, just a bunch of crap, so they can't pull the cars in. They park in front of the garage all the time, and yeah, and so they just the way to do it, you have when you're packing your stuff away, you have some of those insulated bags to put the refrigeration and freezer stuff into. And so when you first get home, you just take a couple of those in. And a couple minutes later, 5 minutes later, whatever, you go back out and you toss the empty bags into the car, and you grab another one. And before you come out, you look around, anybody out and about. And that way you just make a quick trip out, grab some more stuff. And then the dry goods like packages of toilet paper, clothing and stuff like that. You can wait till almost, in twilight when most people are eating, and go out and bring some of those in as well. That way, you're not bringing one big load in all at once, just back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And the neighbor's going, damn, she's got a lot of stuff. Or dang, he's got a lot of stuff. It depends, Tibor. Blue jeans blend in because everywhere I go, there's a lot of people wearing blue jeans. So yeah, but dark blue suits, and you're in an area where everyone's wearing dark blue suits, you blend in. Light blue shirts, t-shirts. I mean, it depends what everybody else is wearing too. Bright blue, yeah, bright blue stands out there, but that's like wearing bright yellow, bright red, bright orange, bright green. DJ's Wholesale Club. Yeah, there's another, another big one there. Yeah. And, so Kaylin takes the bus and walks and stuff. So, yeah, she has one of those little suitcase haulers or one of those little hauling cart things that collapsible carts. But, yeah. Let's see. Other things about being a gray man. Oh, while at home, you don't play your stereo really loud and annoy the neighbors. Because now all of a sudden, you start becoming, what the heck are they doing over there? And people become interested, interested in what you're doing. And then even, it's like if you play it loud, really loud a couple times, and you have a party. A couple weeks later, people still, those are the ones that were throwing a big party last week, and they're paying attention to you. So, yeah, that's one of the things that when I was growing up and first getting married, yeah, we had some parties and stuff, but we weren't cranking the music up and stuff. We keep it, low keyed enough where, no one outside other than several extra cars parked out front knew there was anything going on. And if there were extra cars and there's no loud noise coming in it, people really don't pay that much attention to it because there's no noise. Noise draws attention. Yeah. Exactly, Kaylin. Let's see. I think, so being a gray man is being low key. That's it. You're being low key, blending in, hiding in plain sight, and just, your movements are smooth, fluid, jerking around, looking everywhere. Yeah, I sometimes I can tell people who are really nervous in a crowd because they're the ones always, their head's always twitching just a little, looking this way, looking that way, and they're just, you can just tell that person's really nervous and something's up. And if they're alerting up, you watch several other people start noticing them, and all of a sudden they're looking around. What's with that person? What's going on? There's something going on around here that I should be not worried about too. It's sort of contagious. It's like a yawn in a crowded room. One person's yawning, all of a sudden it's, everyone starts yawning. Yeah, it's got to be that special color blue. Uh, yeah, I did not paint the color of my shop. For those who've seen the shop out here, I did not paint it that color blue. It was that way when I bought it. And Brandon said, yeah, he got a deal on it because it wasn't selling, and the seller discounted the metal sheeting for the roof because it wasn't selling, just to move it. So I got a blue roof shop. All right. Any others? You guys, what do you come up? What can you think of why, things that would help you just kind of blend in and hide in plain sight? Oh, glasses. Go for common looking glasses that don't stand out. Yeah, I do have my half moon ones, and those kind of stand out. But people see half moon glasses and they go, "Oh, it's just a grandpa." Or it's just because they the half moon ones are just they're not full glass, and now he just uses that for looking at stuff, and they kind of ignore him then after that. But the big bulky Clark Kent glasses, yeah, you hardly see those around anymore. Some of the colored sunglasses are they really catch people's attention. Headwear, hats. Well, that's why I'm wearing this one instead of the other hat, because I don't want to wear my gray hat here. When I'm out and about, I have a dark green ball cap. I have a tan hat. I have a gray hat. I have my dark brown. I have my medium brown. I have my light brown cowboy hat. Oh, I also have a gray cowboy hat too. Here in Idaho, I blend with a cowboy hat. I blend right on in with a lot of them, especially the areas I go to. Yeah, so wearing the Mickey Mouse ears or the spring things with the silver balls on. You don't want to be wearing that stuff around people. But bright colored scarves and stuff, which look pretty, but the thing is they also draw attention. And so you subdued colors. So it can be a yellow, but if it's a light yellow, subdued yellow, where it doesn't stand out, you can still be fashionable with it, but it's not standing out. Oh yeah, your car condition. Yes, cars. Good point. When I was working at Homeland Security, I had a Toyota Corolla white, because that's the most common color for Toyota Corollas was white. So I had a white one, and because I drove on 880, the cleanest freeway in the world, because the street sweepers are going up and down it every 3 days, because all the crap that people throw out. And there's a lot of rock and stuff, little rock and stuff from all the construction trucks going up and down, dropping rocks and sand from off the trucks and stuff. The front of the car was kind of sandblasted, looked kind of crappy and stuff. And I had left wrappers inside. I had wrappers in the back seat and the front seat, McDonald's wrappers, Burger King wrappers, Taco Bell bags and stuff like that. My car never got broken into over there, even when I parked out on the street in Oakland. It never got touched. Just about everyone else that kept their car nice and clean, absolutely immaculate, either got the car broken into or stolen. And one time when everybody was talking in the office, someone broke my window, stole my radio, someone did this, someone did that. And they look at me, how many times have you broken into? I go, none. And they go, how do you do that? Have you seen my car? No. Look for the crappy white one out there that looks disgusting. And next thing you know, a lot of people started leaving crap in their cars, and they had to explain to their wives, hey, my car's been broken in a couple times. I started leaving this crap in there. My car has not been broken into. Because it kind of like, they just, there's nothing exciting about it to get people after. And the crack in the windshield, I always waited. Because in California, the law is you don't have to get the repair done until the crack goes from one side to the other side or top to bottom. And so the crack would go, because there's always rocks flicking off the road. I get a change, and sure enough, that day, a rock would hit my windshield. But the cracks would go along, and they'd sit there and stop. And since I'm not out there scrubbing on the windshield, making it all nice and clean and pretty, and the crack really doesn't travel very far. And I went, I think I went almost 2 years one time with a cracked windshield before I decided, I need to change it, because it was getting right over close to the edge, and I didn't want to get a ticket. So I went and got it fixed, replaced. Here, this hat. This is a metal hat here. This is a grandpa hat here, or a Scoutmaster hat. Guys go in the church. They're in their suits. And they got they're good dressed cowboy hats on. Summertime, it's the dressed straw cowboy hat. But ball caps are big around here. John Deere ball caps, Case ball caps, International Harvester ball caps, Peterbilt. Yeah, you know, those type of ball caps all over the place. But see, I don't like wearing ball caps anymore that have um, name brand emblems or any type. I just like a plain one because, you know, taking some of the reports, we found out the plain ones, there were people, I think he had a ball cap on. He had something on because I couldn't tell what his hair was. Oh, you know, and they can't because it just kind of, you know, the plain ones. But someone had he had a big old John Deere emblem on his hat, or he had, you know, the Pittsburgh Steelers or the San Francisco 49ers. Yeah. Mm. And if you're in an area where you got like Oakland A's on one side of the bay and the San Francisco Giants on the other side of the bay, yeah, unless you're looking for a confrontation, you only wear those to the game. Okay, yeah, not a bright color. Comes out of specific area. Yeah, I have. Where is it here? Yeah, I have some other ones. I do have this hat here, which I wore this occasionally, but nobody knows what this is, so it doesn't draw confrontation. This is a wood badge hat from Boy Scouts. Now, all it means is I've been through a wood badge course. I have, like I said, I got some green ones, but here the green ones with the green screen, even though it's a dark green, sometimes it starts getting all the around on it. Rains too much. Yeah. All right, Suzanne, old man. Here's the thing on that, and the studies have come out, and they're like, the studies are showing the biggest contributor to skin cancer is sunglasses, because the sunglasses block the sun getting into the eyes, and the receptors cones in the back of the eye, when the sun is intensity hits it, triggers the release of certain not endorphins, certain compounds and stuff, including stuff that protects your skin from the sun. So if you're not wearing sunglasses, you get less stuff on the sun. But yeah, it's I stopped wearing sunglasses, and the little crusties I had was starting to get on my ears went away because I was wearing the ball cap a lot outside, and it went away. It's like, okay, it must be true. That's just my experience. I'm not giving any medical advice here to anybody. I'm just saying what my experience has been. So check it out yourself on that. But yeah. Yeah, John Deere hats are around a lot. However, with all the crap going on with John Deere, other brands might be safer bet to wear to blend in. Hey, shenanigans. Yeah. White and silver, or charcoal gray silver, medium gray, are the two most popular colors. And I'm trying to, I think that kind of a burgundy color is the next popular color that blends in a lot. Yeah, yeah, that's what you double check with your eye doctor on that. But Also check them to see if there's something you can do to get your body to produce the stuff it's supposed to be producing from the sun to help prevent, sunburn and stuff like that. And I can't. It begins with an M that the body produces to help protect your skin and stuff. I can't remember which word it is. Depends where you're at. If there's a university nearby, good to go. And if it happens to be popular in the area, and a lot of people are carrying, carrying a little backpack, especially for books, especially the ones that are a single strap carry, because those seem to be popular with college students. At least they were. For that, and then there's also laptop bags and stuff. Those now become a target. And for like if you've got a laptop bag, do not hang it on the one shoulder that the side you're doing on it. Put it over so it's wrapped around your body, so they can't just run by, grab it, and go with it. It also depends on the color of the backpack too. Dark blues, dark greens, grays, even the black ones seem to be very popular. So those blend in too. Reds, not so much. Yellows, no. Light greens, no. But yeah. Let's see. Thank you, Kaylin. Yes. I have metal eyeglass frames, reflection just below the bottom frame. Yeah. I mean, that's what I liked about the some of the half moon ones I had. It just connected here and it connected here. There was no frame around the glass itself. It had the little pins here and the little pins here, but like I said, those were half moon glasses, and only wore those outside when I was working on the tractor or something else where I needed to see something up close. Because right now I just need to see to make sure that the chat is in focus. I can take them off, and I have to squint and try to get the chat in focus. But when I look across the room, I can read the printing over there on the Del Monte pasta sauce cans. So yeah, these are cheaters. These are for close distance stuff. Yeah, and that all depends on the area you're in, and what do you need to be carrying in the bag, and where are you walking with it? And that also comes the thing of situational awareness. Are you aware of what's going on? You don't have to be going all the time, but you need to be pay attention to what you're doing. One of the sergeants at Concord PD, since everybody was carrying cell phones up, and he says, if you wonder what's behind you, open your cell phone up and use the reflection off of it, or use the selfie mode camera so you can look it up and act like you're doing it, and you can actually turn it and you can scan behind you as you're walking around, so you can see who's behind you, whatever. You can't do it all the time. I don't know, in certain areas you could do it all the time because people have their cell phone out all the time, but that was on an inner city university campus. Yeah. So I know there's some other things basically think outside the box when you're out there. Look around what other people are wearing, what stands out, what doesn't stand out, and then look at your wardrobe. What are your activities? Are you doing things in an area that it stands out or not? How are you doing your shopping? What are you posting online on your, your Facebook, your Instagram, your Twitter accounts? Oh, I'm an internet star. Look what I'm doing. Yeah. So you want to, even though people aren't there to see you immediately, there are trolls on Facebook and stuff because people post, oh, we're going to here for vacation. Yeah, it's getting close for our vacation. We got 3 more weeks, 2 more. We're going on vacation next week. We're going to be going to Disneyland, and then we're going to be going downtown Los Angeles to Olivera Street, and then we're going to go see the La Brea Tar Pits. And we got that, and we're going to be gone for almost 10 days. Come back, your house is empty. So, yeah. Now, if you want to post about your vacation, wait till you're back. If you got to post about it, wait until you're back. Tibor, you had to do that to me. You popped into my mind, Tibor. The other part of Abby Normal. Wow, what knockers. And anybody doesn't know, that's Mel Brooks's Young Frankenstein. Put the candle back. Yeah. Yeah. And so a lot more people are doing it too, especially, depending where you're going. If you're going to Sam's Club, they're wearing more grubbies at Sam's Club than they are at Home Depot, at Costco. Home Depot, they're wearing the grubbies. Lowe's, they're wearing the grubbies. The nurseries are wearing the grubbies. But at least the Sam's Club here and the one in California we go to, yeah, several aisles have become all garden stuff, and all the bags of potting mixes and seeds for the lawn and bird seed and manure and stuff like that. Yeah. Oh. Ouch. 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 Now that would have been the time to be wearing sunglasses. Part of it, you get a good tan beforehand, then wearing sunglasses. Vacation, what's that? Yeah, I know. I thought I was going to be retired and have a lot of vacation time or do stuff. Uh-huh. I'm busier doing stuff than I was when I was working. All right, so coming up here. Let's get it over here. Oh, for those that are interested, video on watt cycle iron lithium phosphate batteries. Real good video over there at Gunslinger Outdoors. All right, let's see. So coming up here, tomorrow's Wednesday. Now that it's not supposed to be rain, hasn't rained at all today since 3 o'clock in the morning. It's sunny out there now. And what's the temperature out there right now? Hit the refresh. Oh, we're at 63 right now, and tomorrow's supposed to be 70. So I will be working a lot in the garden tomorrow, and I'm not sure if I'm going to go live, but I will definitely be doing a video out there working in the garden, planting all the plants, which are getting huge now. I got a bunch of them sitting out. I took out there yesterday, and they're just left them in the pots out there, and they got a little rain on them, so I didn't have to water them this morning. But yeah, so I'll be doing that tomorrow. Thursday is the midnight ride here on Grayman Prepping. Friday on Camp Patton Family Compound, we're talking for Friday night on the homestead is soil amendments. Saturday morning, I haven't seen Shadow Scout Swede post anything for his live stream. If he has a live stream, I'll be going over there and being up on the panel for that from 2 o'clock Eastern to 6 o'clock Eastern. And then at 8 o'clock Eastern, I'll be going live with the Events Explored series. After the invasion, what are your plans? Monday on Camp Pat and Family Compound is preserving your bounty. Can you do it? And then next Tuesday here is top 5 skills and 3 that no one think of that you have or want to have. And that's a long title. It's going to be top 5 skills and 3 skills that no one thinks of. But we're talking about these are skills that you have or want to have or in the process of developing. And so that's what we're going to be talking about next Tuesday here on Tactical Tuesday. Oh. All righty. Let's see here. Mother says it was 81 where she is today. Yeah. We're getting hot again. We're going to be, we were supposed to be 80 this Saturday. Now we're looking at this Saturday supposed to be up to 84. And Saturday night low is 56. Yes, the weeds are going to be going crazy this weekend. And so I'll be out there with spraying the vinegar on the weeds and running the lawnmower and the walk behind heavy duty string job that cuts the weeds down and stuff. So yeah, I'll be doing a lot of that this weekend too. All right, everyone. So stay happy, stay safe, add to your preps, add to your garden, learn a new skill, and we'll see you Thursday for the Midnight Ride. Take care, everyone.